almost got blown off the mountain today. Wind is very strong here. Pollyanna, you ready for the day?
Oh, that remains to be seen.
Satellite message last night confused everybody. They thought we were ending our hike. I meant to say ending the day. So my preset is screwed up. So I'm trying to get messages out to everybody, make sure they understand we're good. We are on day 2 of our hike in the White Mountains. This is everybody responding back. And we are heading from Galehead to Zeacliff Hut. The trail conditions are wet. Rocks are slippery. First 8/10 of a mile today will be uphill. The rest should be up and down. This is the stuff we're in for today.
I'm sliding. I'm going to be
If you
slider today.
No shame in sliding.
And she did it.
We got rocks. We're protected right now from the wind, but we've got about a mile up on the ridge where the wind is just going to buffet us. On the side, and then when you get up to this tree, there's a bump in this rock you can come across a little bit. There you go. And you got that lip there to get your foot in. Good job. You got a choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go up that side.
I went up your left.
You went up to the left.
Definitely got to use your hands sometimes. Is going pretty slow, so it'll be a good test to figure out how much time we need to get between huts. I think on the really steep wet stuff we'll be lucky to be doing, my guess is a half mile an hour. I'll have to double check that when we get to the top. Did a quick check on time and distance, and I think it's a little worse than a half mile an hour. It's almost after 9, and we started at a little after 8. So we're talking, yeah, I think we're halfway up the mountain. We passed a couple on the way down. They were going down, we're going up. And they said gusts of 80 miles an hour up on a ridge line. We are hoping by the time we get up there that the wind dies down a little. Otherwise, we're gonna have to make some decisions. How far we got to get to the top?
It's always 2 times.
It is getting windier and windier. We are going to be popping out on the top of South Twin, just around this corner, I think. There it is, there's the sign. We are at the top of South Twin. Terry and Pollyanna should just be coming just right behind me. But we got 6.2 to the Zeacliff Falls Hut. And I think it's almost 10 o'clock, so we probably did a half mile an hour on the steep, slick terrain. And the thing that we have to watch out for up here are the gusts of wind. Come on over. We made it to the top at least, right?
Yes.
All right, so we got wind to deal with. We'll see how it goes.
We will.
Pretty amazing the difference the trees can have. It was blooming like heck up there, and it's all quiet down here. Kind of looks like you could set up a tent in here. It's a little damp, but wind is starting to pick up a little. We passed some guys coming from the other way, and they did say it was windy up in this scree area near Mount Guyot. I remember that area. The alpine zone for Mount Guyot. Oh my goodness. Ooh. It'll be interesting once we get there. Terry is so light, so we'll have to keep an eye on her. But this section that we just did has been really nice. Not too crazy and not windy at all, but it's coming. These are the first flowers I've really seen. We got white flowers. There's that bird that goes. There's the bird. We are 2.7 into the hike. It's 11:45. We're gonna try and stop for lunch. Today I have bagels and peanut butter and jelly and a chip. This looks good. Terry, you got peanut butter too?
Yep.
Pollyanna, what'd you decide?
It's Cheeto and mozzarella cheese.
All right. Looks good.
It's gorgeous.
Still got the wind gusts though. Check it out. Alright, we got wind gusts. The wind is knocking me over. Alright, the wind is very strong here. Zeacliff Trail is where we're heading, so we are going to go left. If you go that way, it'll take you to the Mount Guyot shelter camp area. These are very strong gusts. It's a struggle, big struggle across these rocks. They made it across in one piece. What do you guys think coming across there?
Terry, you first.
I'm glad the wind was blowing us into the rocks.
Instead of the whole way down the hill.
Yeah.
Pollyanna?
Not what a 74-year-old should be doing.
Now that got my adrenaline going. Oh, it's still blowing. This wind has to be gusting over 40. This tree cover makes all the difference.
Calm after the storm.
How fast do you think those winds were blowing?
Well, I'm going to be judicious and say 45 to 50.
That's my
See, there we
guess.
go.
That's okay. That was a consensus.
Thanks, Terry.
Back to some rocks. I thought for you sure you'd be doing a butt slide.
I thought about it. Terry's gotten much more confident with rocks.
Oh
Me,
yeah.
less so.
There's a couple of nice tent sites. You could fit a couple of tents in here. Those are pretty. Let's stop for a quick pee break. It is 1:35. We have 3 miles to go. I don't think we'll make it by 4. We'll see. 4:30 maybe? 5. Right, we got some more down and then some up and then a big down. I did take off my rain gear. I was getting warm and I don't want to be all sweated when I get to the hut. Betting on it not raining the rest of the afternoon.
I think we'll call this the side swirl. Yeah. The swirl, side swirl.
Now that's a nice campsite right there. About 3 miles, just a little under from Zealand Hut. This is the climb up to Zealand Mountain. When you get to this sign, you go that way to stay on the AT. This takes you to the summit of Mount Zealand. I'm not exactly sure how far up, but it didn't look like there was like a ton of elevation gain. So I'm gonna peek on over here and see if I can get to the top of Mount Zealand. I'm hoping there's a view, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm more than halfway to the top. Doesn't go up in elevation really. So I got nothing to lose. We'll see what kind of view I can get. All right, unfortunately, I am at the top of Mount Zealand, but as you can see, nothing but trees. All right, that's what happens when you don't have to work for a high elevation there. All right, let me go catch back up with them. All right, I'm back. It's probably a tenth off the trail, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. I caught back up. The wind is just pulling this tree up out of the ground. And the topple at some point. Terry's conclusion, it's time to slide. This is how she got her trail name. Slider, go slider.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Go Pollyanna. It is still windy. This is our first ladder. Terry said there's a rung missing.
Oh, there is. It looks like there might be 2 rungs missing.
It does when you first look at it, but I think it's only one. I put my foot in the slot for the missing rung.
Okay. Oh yeah, that works perfect.
Yeah.
We got 1.3 to go. It is promising a view over here. I gotta try it. I think I tented there in 2020, actually. This view is Zeacliff. In 2020, I camped up here. I had a sunrise right here. Wow, bringing back memories. I think I can do a loop here. This loops back up with the trail that takes you to Zealand Hut. Wow, that just brought back memories. I was trying to figure out how I was going to get a ride once I got down to Webster Cliffs the next day. I camped up here. Yeah. Brings back memories. That's where I just came from. The view. Back onto Twinway Trail. Heading to Zealand Falls Hut. We are getting close. It is 4:18. Zealand Falls. Yeah, we're almost there. These are just right off the trail. You just have to come down a little path and you'll see these. That's 6.8 to Galehead. That's where we were. 0.1 to the hut. This way. 4:40. Officially made it. We made it to the hut. What do you think today?
A little different than yesterday.
Yeah, I think I'm very close to death right now. My
pretty
legs hurt, my
challenging.
knee hurts. We're gonna have to rethink some of this.
Yeah, we got
But
some.
it sure was beautiful after the clouds blew away.
Yeah, up by when we almost got blown off. That was
Yeah.
where it turned beautiful. So it was a tough hike today. Tamarack room. There's one here. Alright, these restrooms are not as nice as the Galehead. Yeah.
She looks like a movie star up there, right here. Where'd she go?
I know, she's 3 high. Look at that. Hopefully you'll be able to sleep good. Was that your best sleep in a while last night?
I got the best sleep I've had in weeks, maybe even months.
Wow. We have a 8.1 mile day planned for tomorrow. We're hoping it's going to be a little easier than today. As it is, we may need to rethink some of our plans. Stay tuned. Join us for our adventure.